Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the opening round of BBC2 Season 12, Round 1 for the Austrian Grand Prix. We saw Zink's Motion win last night from 7th on the grid in the Red Bull. His first ever win in BBC, I believe. We've got a good grid for tonight, featuring some brilliant drivers such as Nicky, who claimed a Tier 1 win last season, BRT Crowding, Jim, and BRT Moser, just to name a few drivers, but the entire grid is really good this season. I'm joined tonight by my co-commentator Mango, if you'd like to say hello.
Hello everyone, hope everyone is raring to go for this new season.
Should be a good one, mate. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Be interesting to see who wins tonight.
Yeah, and of course it's a brand new game. The order gets completely shaken about. So
still like to favourite Moser after his season last season. So
Moser's definitely a good one.
There could be, like you say, a few surprises.
I'd say
we'll see.
Right now my money's on Crowding. Obviously finishing second in Tier 1 last season, but I struggled to get to grips this game with no assists, so it'll be interesting to see where he can get tonight. For anybody watching, if there's any audio issues or you guys can't hear, please feel free to mention in the chat.
Well, you certainly had an interesting race last night.
Wilso the Great, subscriber Prime, they've been subscribed for 5 months. Thank you very much, Wilso. Should have left me in Tier 3. Oh. Right, you're here for a reason, mate, you deserve it, so let's just see what you can do with this opportunity. Let's wait then. It was completely dry in qualifying and the race last night. Could we see the first wet weather of the BBC season, or will we continue our streak?
That's guaranteed. BBC 3 wet weather, no fail. Always seems to be the same.
Somehow that wouldn't surprise me, mate. Yes, we're just right now for two of our guys on PC. And
it certainly looked like last night the undercut seemed to work pretty powerful last night.
Yes, it's interesting with tyres this game. Fresh tyres just make such a difference. So whether that be for a 2-lap undercut or a 2-lap overcut and then having the advantage until the end.
Didn't you and Zinks get a massive advantage over that?
No, I was nowhere near that top fight. I started on mediums.
Oh, was it? Oh, it must have been... Who was it? I think it was Zinks and Griffiths. Not Griffiths, Ventham then. It might have been Ventham.
Yeah, me and Ventham both started mediums, went on to hards, obviously earlier than anyone else pitted. Yeah. Is it just wait then? As we see, Dougal has immediately elected for intermediates, as is Adrian, as is Croaky. The driver's just looking to do something a little bit interesting at the start of Key 1. Obviously they've got 18 minutes. The only objective in this is to get in the top 15. We've got a driver not in attendance. No, I'm not 100% sure who that is. But obviously these guys don't want to spend the full 18 minutes burning through tyres.
It'd be interesting to see how Jim does tonight, because he's been sweating this track by far. Yeah, I hope you're listening, Jim.
He's looked phenomenally quick throughout practice. I believe he set 3.5 yesterday, which would put
pretty
him
quick.
Quite high up on the Tier 1 grid.
Nowhere near that.
Conditions looking very overcast at the moment. I'd love, if anybody's watching, if we could get a forecast update, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'll double check admin chat, see if anybody's put anything. Nope.
Trying to see who's the first car out. I think it's Croaky, he's going to be the first one on Inters.
Yeah, so let's just go on board with the Alpha Tauri driver. Obviously the first driver out on track for Season 12 of BBC on the intermediate tyre, so it's not going to be a hugely representative lap. We'll see what we can do anyways. We come to prepare. Come around the final corner, start the lap. It's important to get a good exit out of it. I feel stupid commentating for an intermediate lap. It's coming to turn 1 there. DRS wide open, brake hard around the 100 metre board. got the inside curve
And
Croaky.
And an invalidation straight away. So who's the next?
Is there anyone not on Inters? That's a lot. Tango's is going through turn 3, but it'll be a while before he's on his lap.
Anyone else?
IFE Scully has just started his lap then. The Williams driver. Let's go on board with him so what he can do. He doesn't invalidate turn 1.
Adrian's on his lap on Inters.
Indeed is as well. We'll stick on and off board as we... BRT Mozza has left the session. I'll get him back in a second. Brilliant, it's not working. So I'll let you continue commentating Scully sec.
Trying to just see where Adrian is. Just coming around the final corner. One of the probably hard corners on the game. Flat out. And sets a 108.0 on the Inters.
It's quite a good intermediate lap actually.
Very respectful on the Inters.
Yeah, we see Dougal has gone just over 4 tenths off that. Exactly 4.44.
Just trying to see who else is on the lap.
Off Scully just pips them both to set a 108.0. As Mozza has now rejoined the session, so that's fantastic.
Seems to be, like you say, it just seems to be Inters. I can't really see anyone on. No,
Tango's is on
at
mediums. Is the only person I can see on dry tires. JSR's that's a 7.9. Definitely not using any PC grip packs. Followed by Ellis's goes with
Tango's about to come around the final corner. Does he invalidate? Sit a little bit. Flat out. What's he gonna set? 105.0.
Yeah, puts him firmly at the top of the table, but of course he's the only man to have set a lap.
Just for the time being.
On dry tyres. We go back, we go to Jim. Jim has invalidated. Jim is a fraud. Worldwide coming through the final corner. What can he set? He sets a 108.556, slowest of anybody on the grid at the moment. But like I said, it's intermediate tyres. It doesn't really matter. We go further out the grid then. Oh, there's Crace Kieran who's span coming into the pit lane. As he swivels it round.
Just trying to see anyone else. Who else is in a lap here?
Taylor Boss has just started a lap on soft compound tyres. Let's go on board with this.
So he's certainly going for it. Doesn't want to risk it at this stage.
So it takes up into turn number 3 now on this long straight. Break around 100 metre board. So 16.1 first sector. Lock the rear.
That's a pretty
slightly.
good sector time for sector 1.
Indeed, looked a bit slidey through turn 3 and on the exit as well. It's DRS wide open down the straight, reaching just over 200 mile an hour. Oh, he's locking the rears again. He's struggling. He's the Mercedes driver early on.
Certainly going to cost him time.
See, the track is very green at the moment, and with overcast weather, that won't be helping too much. It's 46.1 middle sector. I think about 6 tenths down on what Tango's is on.
To anyone else.
So I wonder if he will pull into the pits at the end of this lap, or whether he will continue with it. It looks like he is going to continue. Should put him in P2 here. But what lap time is it going to be? It's a 105.498. Purple final sector that puts him into P2.
Who else? Who else? A lot of outlaps. Who else is there?
Croaky is starting a lap if you want to go on board with. And
oh, Mozza, here we go. Oh, he's on Inters. Mozza's on Inters.
Croaky, P10 and the AlphaTauri.
There he is. Here we go. Probably the hardest braking point on the game. Did you take it nicely? Not too bad. Don't get much wheel spin, which is good on that corner. I don't know what his sector time was. I didn't quite see that. Looks like chicane, lovely. I find this very difficult corner to do, especially if you don't get the line right. On this one, so hard. Gets a little bit of a toe. Don't invalidate on this final two. What's he going to do? God, just keeps hitting track limits. What's he going to set? 1:05.0.
Whoa.
Not bad on the mediums.
Not quite into the fourth, but that's still a brilliant lap from the AlphaTauri driver. A 1:05.0 in Q1. Obviously, in the middle of it is a phenomenal lap. Moving further down the grid, BRT Monza is still on intermediate tyres. Did see lag out from Louis, but there is the quickest lap of the day so far. It's an AlphaTauri Wantas XR Rambo goes to the top on a 1:04.509 on the soft compound tyres. He's almost half a second clear of anybody, but again, it's still very early days in Q2.
There goes great Wilson again, and goes second.
Yeah, good lap from the Red Bull, splitting the two AlphaTauris here.
Lemonhead, great lap.
That is a good lap. 1:04.4 then for the McLaren driver.
What's happened to Louis?
Ooh, as Doug just pips him on a 1:04.426, 9/1000th of a second between the Alpine and the McLaren driver. He now goes top. A lot of drivers starting to set good times now.
What happened to Louis?
He lagged out and it just caused him to retire. Because this game is phenomenal. Let's go on board with Crowden then. So 16.0 first sector, which is a brilliant first sector for this point in Q1. Brakes 100 meter board. You've got to slightly lock the rear there, get the best exit. Not quite using all the track, but keep to the right hand side now. Brake just after 50 meter board. Hold it to the left and then let the car run out wide on exit. So 44.7 through middle sector. He's on a good lap here. He's a Mercedes driver. Last season's runner-up for the title in BBC1. What can he do? Coming around the final two corners, braking at the 50 meter board, and then coming through the final corner now. Slightly into. Oh, he has invalidated his lap. What would he have set? He would have set a 1:04.138. He would be gutted with that.
Jim's just starting his lap, so let's see what his sector's one time. It's 15.9 sector 1 for Jim. That's pretty good.
As Adrian goes P1 and then immediately spins. A 1:04.120 puts the Alfa Romeo 3/10 clear of anybody else. It's a good lap from
Jimmy's flying at the moment.
Let's go on board if you want to commentate over the rest of his lap.
So here we go. Oh, he's invalidated.
Oh, that's a shame. It's about a 10th off Crowden then, so would have definitely gone probably second unless he aced the final sector.
Next?
I think he's just going to try and rebuild his ERS series, Jim. Try to go for another lap.
Great Wilson's absolutely going for it on this set of tyres.
Of course, coming down this straight then, we've seen a lot of incidents at turn 4 in real life. Nails the braking zone. Sticks it in 4th gear actually, doesn't go down to 3rd like we've seen a lot of drivers do. Uses all the track on the exit. This is looking like a good lap so far from the great Wilson. What is it after middle sector? He's just over half a tenth. Oh, he's spun. Just lost the grip mid corner there on the soft tyres.
And who else? Scully's just 16.3 first sector.
That's Ellis, I believe, has just gone P9 on a set of medium tyres.
I think he's on a slow lap anyway. Taylor Boss.
Is anybody in a good lap? IFE Scully.
I'm just trying to find, there's not really.
Tango's is half a tenth up almost on his lap. Gets a good run out of the middle sector, uses all of the curb, and as we come now into the final two corners, brake hard, turn in as much as you can, let the car run out wide. It's a brilliant final two corners actually. Use as much curb as possible on the exit. Goes up to P7, and that's a purple final sector. That was brilliant there from the Williams driver.
So Mozza, can he improve? 44.8, so it's nearly 2.5 seconds up on his time. What's he going to do here?
Puts him about a tenth or so off what Crowden was on, so potentially could slot into second place here. Could he go P1? Doesn't look like the cleanest of final corners. but he does
P2.
go P2, less than 2/10 off. Adrian, he becomes the closest man to the Alfa Romeo driver, but still 2/10 on anybody. Adrian in Q1, that's a brilliant lap so far.
So Crowden's on his out lap. Jim hasn't left the pitch yet, so at the moment he's looking in pretty danger zone at the moment.
There's nobody on a lap at the moment, but we will go on board, or I should say off board, with Beati Crowden here as he approaches the final 2 corners to start his out lap. Give you a bit of an off board lap here. Use as much curb as you can on exit. Open the DRS. The car flies past the finish line. Use all the curb on the left hand side, braking just before the 100-meter board. It's important to use as much curb as you can in turn 1. DRS wide open. Out of turn 1, you come under the bridge, try to stick to the left hand side, brake into turn 3. Again, around the 100-meter board. Lost the car a little bit on exit there of turn 3, but again, it's DRS wide open down this long straight as he comes under the Pirelli board here. It's important to get a good exit out of here. I believe he's backed off, hasn't he? Oh, yeah, he's backed off.
So who's on another one? Josh Bosch was going again. Just went through the first sector of a 16-1.
He's decent. He's
See
over a
what he
10th up
can
on
do.
his previous best.
What can he do?
But fun as Kripik has left and again retired from the session because this game just kicks anybody.
Josh Bosch is a 10th up, just over a 10th up. Where would that put him over a 10? He's looking at P6 as it stands, unless he gets a good final corner. Doesn't invalidate.
Cloud slight inside curb. Doesn't improve his position despite going over.
He might have done that.
As Rambo becomes the latest retirement, as does GSR, Adrian. I think these guys.
Great Wilson's
happy with the lot.
oh no, he's bailed out.
Crazy Kieran. Is down on his time. Crowding has gone for another run on the set of tyres. Desperately looking for a lap. One of the
Jim
favourites for today's race. 44.8. Loses the rear slightly. Like I said, Jim has gone P2, just over 10th behind the Alfa Romeo of GSR Adrian. What can Crowding do here in the final sector? It's a bit wide through penultimate corner, loses it slightly. But there should be a good enough lap to get him through into Q2.
Crazy Kieran goes to P11.
P7.
Well, they did. And then he spins on the first corner. Who else is on another lap?
With the bottom group being somebody in the pit due retirement, and worldwide is just invalidated. There's not going to be many people eliminated here.
So it's looking like it's between Nicky, JSR and Mr. Worldwide at the moment.
Potentially Taylor Boss and Scully.
Possibly.
Taylor Boss is on his lap now then in the Mercedes. Exiting turn 3, it's got the blue halo over it. Again, we've seen many crashes here in real life. Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Alexander Albon, Lewis Hamilton, all names to have made contact. Down there, we've got a yellow flag approaching this double left. I believe that's just people trying to warm up the tires and out lap.
Yeah.
He's over half a second up here is Taylor Boss. So should be on for massive improvement as he looks to make his way into Q2 for the first round here. There's potentially traffic coming through the final corner, but gets out of the way. Coming through the final corner then for Taylor Boss. This still will be an improvement, but where's he going to go? He's going to go P4.
Good lap. Good lap.
Good lap there from the Mercedes driver.
So who else is it? Still people on out laps at the moment.
Next driver at risk, currently in 15th place, IFE Scully in the Williams. Again, he's
only
on
just
decent lap, only half a tenth up actually. But should have a lot of time in this final sector based on what others have been setting. What can IFE Scully set here? He'll have to nail this final corner. Loses slightly on exit, but again, this should be a big improvement for the Williams driver. He goes into P11. but still a lot of quick drivers going behind, and Tangos is about to start as well. Wilson is on an outlaw.
I think Croaky was about 10th up on his. I don't know. I missed the first bit of it. Nails. Is that turn 4? Is it turn 4?
So let's go on board with Croaky here. He's a bit wide to the first left-hander, but again, that's a good little sector. How much quicker can he go, and what position going to get into? Crowden's retired from the session. P8 is definitely through into Q2. Croaky comes across the line. It's a 104.254.
It looked like he could have gone a bit quicker there, to be fair, but he just seemed to ease off a bit.
Indeed.
What's Scully doing as he now he's picked in
into the pits? Just want to draw your attention here, Mr. Worldwide. He's got no ERS.
Yeah, I'm just on board with him now. It looks a pretty good first sector.
It's gone purple by the looks of it.
It was a 15.9, I think it was.
Steering input seems very different to what we've seen. He's just under a 10th up on his lap, but let's see how much he loses with the lack of the ERS. I think he should be through, but Wilson is a 10th and a half up. Not sure about Ellis, but Great Wilson becomes the next driver to cross the line.
There you go.
It's a 104.594.
And Ellis is pushing.
Out.
He's coming to the line. Who's going to knock out?
Goes P4.
Good lap.
So Mr. Worldwide. And that is it then.
So Crazy's out. JSR, Louis, Kripik, and Nicky.
You need some probably big names going out straight away there. It's just unfortunate with the game lagging out.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer this game.
I think that session definitely puts the favourite for pole as GSR, Adrian and the Alfa Romeo went a 10th quicker than anybody else, and in the middle of the session.
The times last night was just unreal in the Q1. It was unbelievable.
It was ridiculously close.
What was it, from first to like 9th or something? The whole grid, I think it was, wasn't it? There was.
I think the cutoff was about a 3.9.
Was it like 5/10 from the whole grid or something?
I think 15th on that grid would put you lead here. It's showing Jim has left the session. Is it saying the same for you?
Yeah, it's just come up on my screen. Oh, good old Jim.
Let's see if we can get him back into the session, as long as that's not an issue from us.
Crazy's left as well.
Yeah, P1 would have been out in BBC1. It's a good point there made from Chaz. So the 5 out: Crazy Kieran, JSR, Louis, Kripik, and BRT Nicky as we approach then and get ready for Q2. It looks definitely like a dry qualifying at the moment. I don't think anyone's really said about if it's going to be a wet race or not, or any rain available. No.
Or predicted, should I say. Then it'll be us tomorrow. It'll rain for us tomorrow, guaranteed.
Yep. Let me know if it's showing anybody else. Yeah, everybody's leaving. Because the amount of people who lagged out in Q1, they are replacing it with a short quali.
Right.
So it's a shame then that all the 18 minutes that everybody's been watching will no longer go ahead.
Oh, good old game. What a game.
Let's wait for the new session.
Quit to main menu.
So according to BRT Mozza, everyone in the party had bad frame rate on their laps. Which, yeah, it's not ideal.
It's so daft when it's a new game.
It's different if you could say they'd repair it and fix the game within a month or so, but you can guarantee the game will probably be this way until like April now. And it's such a frustrating thing as a driver to be in this position. But at least we've got a lobby restart here. And it means that people like Nicky, like Kripik, like Louis, and like JSR, at least have a chance to make amends for that session.
Oh yeah, it'd be interesting. Like I say, it's only the first race, so anything's gonna happen, I guess. Like you say, you haven't seen us lot yet, so that's always eventful.
Indeed. I'll see if there's any word of the news session being up. Showing lobby is open.
That'll be...
And I'll drop you an invite, mate.
Join off Jim, it's alright. I think he's the one saying it up anyway, isn't he?
Oh, you're in. So as we get ready then for the second 18-minute qualifying session today, of course this will just be short qualifying. So the one session as opposed to the usual 3. It's just frustrating that we're having to do this in the very first round. So I do apologise for you as viewers, but of course there's nothing we can do. If 20% of a lobby get affected by something consistently, then we've got no choice as a league but other than to restart. So it's definitely the correct decision made there from the admins. I applaud them for that. So as we wait then, if you would all like to drop your predictions in chat for who you think will get pole position. I'm not logged in on an admin account.
I still think Jim's got something left up his tank. I just have a feeling.
No, it looked extremely quick to be halfway through Q1 and set a time a 10th quicker than anybody.
I'm going to say Jim would be in the
No
top
track
3.
evolution.
I still like to say Moz would be up there.
I could see an Adrian, Jim, Moz top 3, no particular order.
And who would be 3rd? Either Louis or... I'm going to go with Ellis, I think. That's just a wild guess.
So my top 3 in no particular order: Jim, Adrian, and BRT and Mozza. But like I said, drop your predictions down in chat.
I don't know what the hell Kiwi's on about, but hey-o. Cheers, mate.
Brilliant. Yeah, Kripik and Louis will definitely be happy with that lobby restart. And like I said, it's definitely the right call. It's just a shame that the game is in this position at the moment. As we wait then, we're just waiting for 2 drivers. We've got the Ferrari of Nicky and we've got an Aston Martin, who off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm going to assume that's Kripik. So just waiting for Nicky to get in the session. Obviously he's on PC, so it'll take a bit longer to just invite him through Xbox. I'm out, blood. Aaron is in, says Nicky. So I guess waiting for Aaron. Should see a lot less intermediate and medium running and a lot more drivers just going flat out on softs in the short qualifying session. I'd say it definitely makes it a lot more interesting to watch for short quali. But to racing, I'd say I prefer full.
Well, to say it's a short quali, what was the weather like? Because obviously it still looks like it's on dynamic at the moment.
So it was definitely dry throughout quali and a dry race.
So was it a full dry?
As I told me.
Just with it still on dynamic.
Yeah, he's made it clear now.
Yeah, that's
There
fine.
we go.
So it was a dry race, but it looks of it. So driving with no assist is not easy. So fair play to you guys that can actually do it. So take me hats off to you.
It's a difficult thing to try and learn. It's something I've
Well,
struggled
I'm just learning it this season, just to see how I go with it. But it is so difficult.
You don't need to tell me twice, mate.
It certainly feels better than in the last year's game when I tried it. But since I've done it on this, it's not actually that. It's hard, but I wouldn't say it's any better.
It's a nightmare. It's if we can get used to it, I'd say it could potentially be quicker. That's what all of the top guys in the game use no assists, but it
helps
takes such a
obviously
while to
on
get used to.
like you can obviously brake later and stuff, so that's doing a good thing as well. And it's just so much wheel spin that I get. I just can't seem to keep the throttle steady.
Indeed.
But it's all practice.
As we load into short qualifying, obviously this will change the driver strategies. So potentially 4 runs here, but I think we'll see a lot of drivers do 3 and potentially save a set of tyres. All come out on mediums and then 2 sets of softs. So we're just waiting now for XR Rambo to load into the session. We can get underway with short qualifying. Fingers crossed that the second time works and the game doesn't mess up.
Yeah, I don't know who Kiwi's on about, Jim. I really don't. I have a feeling he's on about Mazda.
And of course the weather looks phenomenal now. Weather's been changed to clear instead of dynamic, as that's what the forecast was scheduled to be for the original race.
So is this a full restart for everyone, or is it just for those that got through, or...?
Yes, so this is completely as if the first session never happened.
Right, that's fine. So round 2, here we go.
It's a shame, but as he goes. The first car coming out the pits, we have a McLaren. That is of Louis, obviously one of the people who fell foul to Laguna in the previous session, making sure to make amends for that by being the first one out on track. Everybody is coming out immediately on soft compound tyres. Nobody opting for the inters on this session. We've got a Haas who's coming through trying to overtake everybody. That is Ellis. Ellis thinking it's lap 1 and deciding to overtake the entire grid and go extremely quickly actually on that lap.
I found on formation lap as well, like, you can seem to warm your tyres up better as well. I don't know if that's just me or other people have had the same issues or out with it or not. How they feel with formation lap by warming the tyres up.
We'll go on board with Ellis. First off, obviously in the Haas. He will be the first driver to hopefully set lap here, providing he doesn't spin or invalidate. He comes around the final corner then, 4th gear into 5th, using the outside curve, PRS wide open. He's coming down the short straight into turn 1, again braking just before the 100-metre board. It's important to clip the inside curve, use the outside curve, and then get as best run as you can down this long uphill straight towards turn 3. It's the heaviest braking zone on the track. So 15.9 first sector, so it's a good first sector there from Ellis. Straighten the car on exit, DRS wide open, stick to the right hand side, and then go over to the left hand side, giving yourself as short as run as possible. Again, braking at the 100-metre board here, clips that inside curve, lets the car run out wide. It's a good lap so far here from the Haas driver, and of course this is only a banker. Braking around the 50-metre board, keeping it tight to that left hand curve. This is 44.8 after the middle sector. Let it run over that right hand side curve and then go to left under the Qatar Airways sign. He's coming to the final 2 corners. He's just about taking as much speed as he can. Yeah, as he comes through the final corner, hits a bit of a bump. So he is the first one to set a time. What is it? It's a 1:04.144.
I think that's going to be beaten by Louis though, because it was just slightly a tenth or... Oh, well.
It does. It's a 1:03.914. First person then in BBC2 into the 1:03s.
Anyone else?
As that is immediately usurped by over a tenth and a half by BRT Crowden. Mercedes driver, the runner-up to Tier 1 last season.
Here comes Mozza. What's Mozza going to set? Second.
Ooh. Less than a tenth of a second. That's a brilliant lap from the Aston Martin driver. And of course last season
who's behind?
Champion.
JSR's on P8.
Anybody else? We're let's go on board with Kripik. He's coming towards the end of the middle sector. Of course, he was also one of the ones who lagged out in the previous session and got unlucky, but he has another opportunity here to rectify his grid position as he's coming around in the final two corners, taking a lot of speed to the penultimate corner. Goes down to fourth for the final corner, using all of the Astro, and it's a 104.4. Slots him into 10th place. And now into 11th as Taylor Boss goes into P9 in the Mercedes. So first run's complete for most drivers. So worldwide it goes into P14 with a 104.539.
Oh, and quickly goes wide, turn 1.
And about a 10th down on his time, and there's very little ERS. So
yet again, Jim's leaving it very late. So who sets time? Needs to set. So there's Croky, Jim, Rambo just to set a first lap.
5 drivers at the moment currently in the 103s, and that's the 2/10 gap with a 104.1 being P6 down. That is Crowdin, Mozza, Scully, Louis and Adrian in that top 5. It's showing JSO is in the pits on track.
Yeah, I've just got that. That was obviously a massive glitch again.
I now can't go above Taylor Boss.
No, I don't think I did. No, I can't either.
I do apologise. If I want to go from P9 to P7, you guys have to watch me scroll through 18 drivers. Greg Wilson then in the Red Bull activates DRS. We'll give you an off-board.
Oh, there you go, it's working now.
Shot here, and we'll give you a bit of engine sound for a lap. Great Wilson, where does he go?
P9.
P9. Over 10th off his nearest rival, but puts himself ahead of a large group of cars.
Croker's done a 45. Oh no, he's pitting. Didn't want to do that. So what's Jim got? So here goes Jim then on his lap. What can he do? Since he seems to be the king of this track. What's he going to set first sector? 16-0. Don't know how respectful that is. Right now, nice and tidy. DRS wide open, flat out, clean track to himself. So how's he going to approach this? And Adrian's been disqualified. Oh dear. What's Jim going to do here? Takes this corner, lovely. 44.7, saying that it's purple. Hooks the curb there and shifts right over to the left hand side. Lovely, keeps it on the track. Looking good is this from Jim.
It's a good lap and slots himself
P5.
P5, obviously the 6th driver to complete a lap in the 103s.
I thought that was going to certainly be a lot quicker than that, but
it's an unfortunate disqualification there from Adrian. Obviously the man who topped Q1 in last session looked favourite for pole finds himself starting last because this game is absolutely phenomenal. Big shame then. Crowdin was slightly up on his lap, mistakes. We see Dougal coming around the final corner. He goes with a 103.941, just goes ahead of his teammates. An Alpine, it's an all Alpine 3rd row. Ellis starts his lap.
And then, as long as Crowdin stays up there, I'll be happy. Team Mercedes.
I think there's a lot of people who are a bit sceptical about Crowdin in Tier 2 this season, and proving them right at the moment. Of course, that's just the name of the game sometimes. I know this is definitely a strong track for the Mercedes driver. Ellis though is 0.003 of a second down in Sector 1. Can he improve throughout the rest of the lap? Because Turn 1 is a bit of a lottery. on the straight. You can take quicker turns on mediums than you can on softs if you happen to nail it. But Ellis comes towards the end of the middle sector. He's just over a tenth of a second up. This should put him potentially into P6 here, but what can he do through this final sector? Not quite using all of the curb available. Gets down into fourth gear. What is this lap time from Ellis? And it does indeed.
And Aaron just moved up to P17, so didn't really improve by much there.
So that the man who's replaced Nicky for this session, not quite delivering pace at the moment, as he only finds himself
Is
two places
on the lap
at the bottom in qualifying here.
Fox 4.9 for Croaky.
His crowding again was on a good lap, but has peeled into the pit lane here.
Oh, takes a lot of curve there. He's on the throttle.
Who are you on board
Here
with? Sorry?
Croaky. P11, so he's improved. Who's next? Taylor Boss. What, is he on the lap?
So there is on the lap. McLaren of Louis. There's his over 3/4 of a tenth up in sector 1. Tries drifting it in turn 3, but I think it takes way too much of a drift there, and I'm surprised. He's continuing with the lap at the moment, but that did not look like a stable turn 3, and he has indeed backed up.
Tango P12. So there is some improvement, but not many setting decent laps.
Still nobody in the 104 zeros, which I find interesting. There's a 2/10 gap between.
So 1, 2, 3, 4,
P7, P8.
about 7 in the 103. So,
And obviously including Adrian as well, who obviously was unfortunate to get disqualified. But if
yeah,
his pace,
this game, man.
if his pace from the first session,
It's
is
probably not a
anything,
bad thing if you know, like I say, if he does start at the back, he might be able to. Like I say, if he's got decent pace, should be able to fight his way through with a bit of luck.
So one McLaren who attempted a lap. Let's
Yeah,
go on board with
Lemon
it.
head.
Big Lemon.
It's just slightly up on his time. It wasn't much.
So 15 on first sector, so pretty much the same as what everybody around him is setting. Again, look good coming out of turn 4. Applies the power, coming into the double left-hander now. It's important to take as much speed as you can because this sets you up. He's just
2/10
over
up on his
2/10
time.
second up. Carries on in this.
Oh, he's
he's
invalidated.
invalidated. That's a big shame there. McLaren driver is on track to get P. I think. Is he going to finish his lap here? No, he's not. He peels into the pits.
I think Jim's just about to start his other lap. Come on, Jim, I want this pole.
No pressure, Jim.
So approaching turn 1 for Jim. Lovely on the gears there. Takes that corner, lovely. It's not an easy corner to get right though, to be fair. Power down, what's he going to do? What's his first sector going to be? 15.8, he's 2/10 up.
That's a brilliant first sector there from the Alpine driver.
Oh, little wiggle there. Gets on the power. DRS wide open. So far, this could be a very good lap from Jim if he doesn't make a mistake.
Based off the speed
Takes that one nice.
achieving on the straights, he seems to be running slightly lower wings than people we've seen. But sorry, please continue.
So see what Jim's going to do here. What's his middle sector? It's a 44.5, saying that it's nearly 3/10 up. So this could put Jim on top spot for the time being. Can he nail the final 2 corners? Takes it nicely. What's it going to be from Jim? And
It is
pole
Jim
as it
on
stands.
provisional pole position, then a 103.694 goes just over half a second ahead. Sorry, over half a tenth ahead of the Mercedes of BRT crowd.
So Jim, you might be right.
Nobody else I can currently see on a lap. Croaky about to start one. I believe he is. Yes. Croaky then coming into turn 1. Looks good. Looks very smooth actually. through turn one. There's so many positions to be gained here. If you can just find the time.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Negates the 10th and half up in sector 1. If he stayed on this exact same pace, he would get P9 from P13. So it just proves how much skill sense he's got. That's actually straight there. Hopefully that doesn't mess up his tyres too much. So he made such a difference this game having dirty tyres. That looked like a really good exit at turn 4 actually.
Oh, JSI is only just up on his time as well.
2.5 tenths up. Is Prix looking on track here to potentially go P8. Can he go even higher? Can he break into potentially even the top 5? Looking like a very clean lap from the AlphaTauri driver. He's a 6 through the final corner. He comes towards the line now. It is P8, a 1:04.015. First man we've seen and 1:04.
JSI is a 10th up on his time. Okay, could be the next one into the 103 there. Does he keep it clean? No. Too much curb. So, who else is on? It's got to be...
Big Lemonhead?
It's Lemonhead, he's going again. If he needs to, if he wants to improve. He's got a bit of traffic in front. He's going to get a lovely toe though. From the Ferrari. Is he going to be up the way of the Ferrari?
It gets in his way.
Ideal.
Who is that Ferrari?
Not ideal, that.
That's Aaron. Surely at least a time penalty.
Yeah, it should be on the racing line there.
Aaron.
Oh, just keeps it on.
Will Lemon improve on his lap then, coming through the final 2 corners? 1:04.3 at the moment. Can he improve on that? There's a 1:04.192 because exactly 2 tenths puts himself in the middle of the grid. Jim is on his outlap. Crowding is on his outlap. The Monza just left the pit. Somebody who's just about to start that lap. Is the man who's currently in P4, Louis, lagged out in the first session, retired, and would have started in the back end of the grid. But now looking set to potentially take pole position. He's got 1 lap to nail it, and he is invalidated at turn 1. Got just over a minute and a half. He should make it to the line here, but will be probably the last driver to do so.
Who's actually setting a lap at the moment then? So Jim's about to start.
Oh, Crowding's invalidated before starting his lap.
Louis.
Crowding! Oh, an idiot. Let's go on board then.
Let's get away with that.
Sorry, go on.
Ellis has lost a lot of time there, just went a bit wide on the final 2 corners. So I was trying to see who else is improving here.
Jim is 3 tenths.
Mr. Worldwide's going around the final corner. We've done it to P12. Here comes Great Wilson. What's he going to do? Round the final corner. Oh no, sorry. He was on an outlap. Maybe not. Tango slightly up on his time.
Last season's champion. He's a 10th down almost in sector 1. But you can make up so much time in sector 2 and 3 around this track that I'm sure you won't mind too much. Of course, he chose the Aston Martin for this season as the reigning champion. Same as Joe Murphy is the reigning Tier 1 champion. Aston Martin seems to be the car of champions this season. Can he make it twice in a row though? We start with this qualifying session. As he actually touches that inside curb, he's just over half a tenth up.
And Scully's going up quick as well.
What can BRT Monza do through the final 2 corners? Got a bit of traffic ahead of him, but nails that penultimate corner. Nails the final corner. Could this be provisional pole position for the Aston Martin? It is provisional pole position.
Go on, Monza.
Aston Martin. He's got loads of challengers behind him though. Scully, 4 thousandths of a second down on his time. He goes ever so slightly off pole position. 16 1,000ths of a second. What can Jim do? What can
All on
Crowden
Jim
do
and
in
Crowden.
this session? Crowden's a 10th and a half down. Jim is only 18 at 1,007
Oh, this is
seconds
going to be
down.
close for Paul.
Let's go on board.
Rallying.
Let's go on board with Jim then. Through the final
He's gone
corner.
wide.
It's way too wide.
He's missed out. So Crowden, what's he going to do? Only P4.
He can't improve. Croaky is not on a good lap. Josh Bosch is not on a good lap. And that's the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Mozzie gets pole. Happy days. Good old Mozzie.
It'll be tough with that, and such a close grid here. We've got top 4 within less than a tenth of each other. The entire grid, well, the entire top 18.
Aaron said the game crashed and it DQ'd him.
Ah. It's a massive shame.
So,
crowding
Mozzie takes pole.
Crowding POV. Says be our teammate, but I will make sure to I'll make sure to do that for the race. So I apologise, I've only just sent that request. So as we wait up then, we will have a several minute break now before the main event starts.
Oh, look at that.
To go to the toilet and I'll leave
Tell you
you
what,
and be back.
that is not a bad effort, that. Bad effort. Look at the gap, top 4. Well, even to Louis. So the top 5 within like a tenth of each other. So pretty impressive. Even to top 5 within 10. So pretty impressive.
I apologise for that small interruption. Ladies and gentlemen, just waiting now for an admin to ready up on the grid, and then we will be ready for round 1 of the BBC Tier 2 season.
Yeah, no one will ever forget my, I think it was 2 seasons ago, I was on pole in the wet and I absolutely just like killed everybody. Yeah, it wasn't ideal, put it that way. So, this track for me is cursed, so hopefully it isn't for many other drivers.
We're going at 7:59 p.m. Potentially there's a restart here. That's what the discussion is in the tier 2 chat, but there's admins cleared up that there is no restart coming in.
Hopefully not again. Please don't.
I've had enough for one restart, thank you very much.
So who would you say is the one to keep an eye out from the start here?
It definitely got a lot of drivers in contention for the victory today. Obviously the top 3 separated by literally 16 1,000ths of a second. Jim looks quick here. Mozza obviously is the reigning champion, last season's winner, and the pole sitter. You'd have to say is today's favourite for the race. Crowdin, I'd say could have definitely got pole position, but seemed to make mistake after mistake in qualifying. And then of course you got GSR Adrian. He looked quickest in the previous session. Was unfortunate to get disqualified and start at the back of the grid, but we should see him come through the grid and hopefully produce a spectacular drive tonight. So it should be an interesting race. This is BBC, anything can happen, and what I found that is that it usually does. Of course 36 laps here around the Red Bull ring, won this season by the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, won previously by Charles Leclerc, but of course this is a Red Bull dominated track in real life. Adrian is back in, which means we are now ready in 4 lights, 5 red lights. And we're going straight away here. It's a drive-through penalty for IFE Scully. He makes his way into P2. Mozza with a good start, not the best start from Crowdin. Jim is in P2 now. As we come up towards turn 3, a lot of drivers in slipstream, but Mozza gets the perfect start he needs. Further behind, Louis.
Prix is making a move on Big Lemonade.
Oh, Louis made...
making go around the outside. Oh, tight.
Louis made a slight mistake in turn 3. He hit Crowd and he hit Scully. And looked a bit under pressure there from
JSR's gone for a dive bomb on those hard tyres.
Oh, that's gripping ground.
That was a big send.
Josh Boschua has also found himself off, as is GSR Adrian. I'm not 100% sure whether he made a mistake there, but a dream start from the from last season's championship winner.
Oh,
6 tenths ahead of anybody. Louis goes extremely well at the final.
Quick and Tango. On another one, who's that? That was Scully. What's happened to Scully?
He had a drive-through penalty.
Did he jump the start?
Indeed he did. Anybody, if there's any audio issues in the chat, please feel free to let us know, so we can correct sooner rather than later. Mr. Worldwide has been overtaken here by Aran. Is it going to be a second? Is it going to be a third as Kieran? These 3 are going 3 wide into turn number 4 now. We did not see this go well last night with Kiwi and DJ. But this time it actually does go ahead. Kripik gains the position.
That is he's done well there. Fair play.
Worldwide is the big loser on that, losing 3 positions in 1 corner.
Josh Bosch
has
got Rambo on his outside, and Rambo makes it move. Great
just
move there.
Move into the penultimate corner. That's Dougal on Louis. I don't know if Louis picked up damage on lap 1, but considering he started on mediums, he's really struggling for pace at the start of this race. Further in front though, Jim has the DRS on Mozza. He's pulling to the inside. Backs off to get the DRS in turn 4, but Mozza's gone a bit wide. Jim gets the better exit. We could have a battle for the lead on our hands here. Jim using the ERS, using the DRS. Is he going to take the lead into turn 4? It looks like he is going to do so. BRT Jim takes the lead of the race.
The crowd is sticking with him though. He's still there.
Further back, there's moves between Dougal, JSR and Taylor Boss. Dougal, I believe, losing several positions there actually to Louis and to Croaky, the 2 medium runners.
Kripik and Lemonade so close to contact.
It's just Adrian has joined back. Further down, Rambo's just made slight contact actually with Tangos.
So worldwide is looking for a move on Kieran.
I don't see this end well.
This he could. Well, he backed out in the end.
Ooh,
Well, I don't think that was ever on, to be fair.
No. As much as I love worldwide, I think that was definitely his fault then.
Yeah. He could have backed out earlier, to be fair.
So as we go back onto the lead fight, then Mozza trying to do the same move that was done against him a lap ago. This time though, Jim recognises the inside move, gets a much better exit out of turn 3 and should.
It's the only thing with this track is though it's so powerful for DRS. It's just crazy.
Ellis trying to go around the outside, turn number 4. On Louis can't quite do so. Moves further behind.
Dougal's making the move.
Just got past Taylor Boss. Can he go around the outside here of Croaky?
Keeping it clean. If he pulls, this would be one hell of a move.
Can he do it? Come on!
Oh, this is going to be a drag race in the final 2. Oh,
There's been a spin behind for JSR. Unfortunately, not the move there for Dougal, but saw some fantastic racing. And it's still on
that was good. So yeah, don't having to JSR, so let's say he's pitting anyway.
Places every lap or so here. So we've got Mozza and we've got Jim. Mozza's burning his DRS. He's going to try to go for the move into turn 3. Probably prevent the switch back here for the Alpine driver. Is he going to leave space on the outside? No, he's not.
It's the only issue. Like now, Jim's going to get DRS. It's so powerful. They're going to have to try and do a Max Verstappen here and figure it out.
Ooh,
Crowden's staying there though. He's staying there.
It's Croaky and Ellis going side by side. Ellis gets past, as does Dougal. It made a mistake, I think, on the front exit. Did Croaky? Mediums aren't looking quick here at the start of this race. Louis 3 seconds behind. The top 3 look extremely close now, though, separated by less than 0.3 of a second. You could throw a blanket over all 3 drivers.
So Josh Bosch is looking to have a go on Prix. Another 3 seconds for Louis this time.
As Taylor Boss goes for the move into turn 1 on Croaky. Croaky trying to hold it around the outside, and the 2 just make contact.
And Crowden's having a go.
For that.
Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it was Mozza.
That's Mozza down the inside. Jim again though gets DRS. Will use any ERS on his pursuit of an overtake into turn 4. He does. Goes to the inside. Can he go down the inside of Biotti Mozza?
The Crowden just needs to sit there and just let the bally out and just not get in the fight.
He's got a fantastic opportunity to save the RS here. Well, it's actually on lower than Jim at this point in the race. But Mozza is back in the lead of the race. Further behind we see Dougal getting extremely close to the hat of Ellis, as that is the McLaren of Louis. Just lost the car mid-corner.
Very wide there.
When it's not like I said, the mediums just aren't seeming to hold grip at the moment.
No,
for these guys.
Seem to be struggling, so that's for sure. Anything else happening at the back? Seems to have settled a little bit.
As Adrian has left the session, and that has caused his car to...
But here goes Jim again. And he's going for it again.
I think that's Croaky already on 6 seconds. Jim goes for the move down the inside of turn 3 then. Mozza getting the switch back. I think these two might deliberately be doing this to try and gain time on the train behind us. Mozza goes down the inside into turn 4.
I think it's just bringing Crowden so much into play. So he's just sitting there hoping, he's praying that these are going to have a collide or something drastic's going to happen.
There's a battle for P12 here between Rambo and Lemonhead.
Taylor and Louis having a go. Oh, contact, but I think it was just Louis getting out of shape.
That's such a shame then.
He's going down. His brake's really late.
Oh, Croaky has left the session.
Good move there for Taylor Boss. So, certainly a warning track is this.
As we focus again then for the battle at the front, Jim He's going to go inside or outside. He's going to go again to the inside into turn number 3. These two literally trading places lap by lap. Can he get the exit he needs to stay ahead of the Aston Martin driver in this lap? Not at the moment. It looks like Mazda is going to make another move into turn number 4. Easy does it.
Oh, Jim though. Oh, Crowding's got a good opportunity here. He's certainly praying that these two collide or do something.
Yeah, these two make contact, and that is Crowding very firmly in the lead of this race. Further behind, Dougal has managed to get ahead of Ellis. Now is in.
Oh, Mazda 3 seconds.
Yeah,
So
that's unfortunate.
They're starting to tumble in all these penalties.
Yeah, I've seen a lot already. There's a spin there that looks like Great Wilson. A span on the exit of, I think that's turn number 7 there.
Yeah, I can never remember the names.
Another
Another 3 seconds for Aaron.
There's Taylor Boss at the final corner as well.
So there's a massive gap towards the rear. So
we see Crowding here. So turns up Crowding. Makes the move for second place on BRT Mazda.
Oh, I struggled for traction, but it looks of it. Oh. So Jim's got a lovely little gap here at the moment. So I wonder if Jim's decided to start, sod it, I am going to push. But he gets out of shape, this Jim.
It's allowed Crowding to gain a good 2 tenths or so on him. Ellis and Dougal going side by side. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to chop in front there of the Alpine.
So the top 3 are certainly clear. There's nearly 4 seconds to Ellis.
Yes.
So
it's
Dougal's closest to him.
Horse race for this win at the moment. But
yellow flag, yellow flag. I haven't got yellow flag. What's happened here?
There's Croaky.
He's had an issue.
Yellow flag in sector 1. I think that might just
JSR is not in his car.
So Crowding using the RS then. He's got the slipstream. He's got the RS coming into turn 3 now. The Mercedes driver. Can he take the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix? Locks the rear slightly, but gets decent exit. Doesn't actually get the DRS. I don't think either of them did, but uses his DRS.
No.
And superior straight line speed to take the lead here on lap number 10. Loses the rear slightly from through turn 4, but that is the lead for the Mercedes driver.
Aaron's going to have a go on tangos. Oh, I thought he was going to have a dive bomb there. Certainly not. I wouldn't advise to do it at this stage anyway.
One man who definitely has lost the place is Rambo, as Croaky makes it yet another spin. Not having
Taylor Boss, Scully. It looks like they could have a good battle here.
Ooh.
Oh, Scully! How did he keep that?
That's a perfect.
So now here comes Prix. He's got a lovely rear view of that Williams. So right, the dirty air is so bad.
As we go back to the battle at the front, Crowding has managed to keep enough of a gap into turn 3 so he's not vulnerable for position and gets a much better exit of turn 3. Dougal then goes ahead of Ellis, gets a DRS as well, so he will stay ahead of the Haas driver and make his way into P4. Rambo trying to get back past Josh Boschua for the final spot in the top 10. Josh has less than 10% ERS, a flashing moment. Rambo's using his into turn number 4. Tries for the move down the inside. Croaky retires in the pits, but Rambo, these two are now going to go side by side.
Jim, he looks like he's literally pushing Crowding at the moment. Oh, want a very good final exit. Yellow flags. Oh, did I?
They come now. We're about a third of the way through this race. We'll start to see a few of the medium runners pit soon. As Ellis, is that for the move into turn 1?
So I think Jim's going to make the move. Or is he? He's left it very late. Smart thing to do.
He's going to try down the inside. He's got much better ERS than the Mercedes driver. This is, of course, the battle for the win. He's using all his ERS. He's using DRS. He's got slipstream down the straight. Jim into turn number 4. These two now going side by side. Can Jim retake the lead here on lap number 12. Not at the moment, he can't. He's using ERS on exit though. These two could be going side by side into this double left-hander. Mozza licking his lips behind.
So close to contact. Jim goes wide. So does Crowley. Mozza's got a lovely slipstream here. Can he get it on
Mozza
traction?
between the middle of them. Can Mozza make it too? No, he can't. That's a phenomenal move he has made there on Jim to work his way back up into second. Jim.
These three just need to calm down a bit at the front here. It's good racing.
I don't mind, I'm enjoying
It's getting intense, but Mozza's going for it straight away. No, he's not.
He's
He's
lost Anselm on though. This gives Jim an opportunity back past.
This is just go on and
Can he get
on
into
this.
turn 3 on Crowden? Will he send it? He fakes
goes
it
Mozza.
into turn 3, taking just a bit too much of that inside curve. That allows Crowden to get a much better exit.
And
Further
penalty
behind,
is tumbling. Penalty is tumbling.
further behind, can Dougal get back past Ellis? No, he can't. Just doesn't have the straight line speed in that situation.
So Aaron's
Scully.
going for the move on Tango's here. Who is flashing anyway. Oh, this contact!
Very lucky to not see a spin for either of them. But it's not over yet. Aaron gets the exit. We're seeing a lot of drivers do this.
Oh, it's squeeze, bit of a squeeze. Certainly looked like a squeeze.
Should be it. Good move there from Aaron into P8 then.
But Aaron has got so much more battery.
What's intriguing though, the top 3 battling so much has allowed Ellis to maintain that gap at 3.6. It was down to...
it would have been.
It was up to 4 seconds a few laps ago. Jim using a bit of ERS. Crowden using a lot more of his. Jim has the most ERS of anyone in the top 3. Crowden has by far the least. Is Dougal going to go for it into turn 3? No, he's not. Crowden's just getting much better exits though at the hairpin. Just not allowing Jim to make a move on him at all.
Yeah, so Jim, like you say, he's got so much battery.
Oh, that's a fantastic exit there from Aaron. Getting such a better exit than the Williams driver. He easily clears his way back up into P8. These two having a race-long battle as well, as are Ellis and Dougal, and as are obviously the top 3 at this stage in the race. Anything can still happen. We can still have safety cars.
So Jim is so much better on the corner exits than Crowden at the moment.
Yeah, it's always extremely close throughout the final sector, and then Crowden's just
he gets so much speed. Jim needs a good exit here. Gets
that's not
so
a good
much
one
better.
For Crowden.
This move should be done again for Jim here.
Crowden burning all of his battery. Jim not having to use any. Crowden goes a little bit wide.
He goes wide, so now Mozza's going to get involved.
And that's a brilliant exit by Jim to take the lead off the race. Mozza just saving some battery, staying behind. Obviously he's got a penalty at the moment. There's a scene, yet another round between Aaron and Tango.
Ellis nearly just hit the back of Doug there. Did well to avoid that, to be fair, for P4.
Was Aaron and Tango still going side by side now? These two both using
Aaron is squeezing.
Or can Tangos make the move around the outside on the harder tyres here?
None of the drivers want to give up on this.
Oh,
but now
Scully
is on the action. He's praying that something happens here. And it nearly does! How have they not spun?
There's Louis, and also Josh Boschua pit from the mediums
so we've got some early runners.
The hard compound
Pitters.
tyres.
And this battle's still going with Aaron and Tango. And now Scully's having a go.
Scully's done it on Tango. Can he do it on Aaron? He's done 2 in 1. What a battle this is.
Oh, he's gone for the late move.
The two Williams teammates fighting then.
That.
Scully getting a much better exit, but Tango's with the DRS, with the DRS. Here comes Aaron. Down the inside into turn number 4.
2 Williams collide. And it's still not over. How is no one spun from any of that? I do not know.
Yeah, this is some absolutely phenomenal battling then. We're not even halfway through this race and it has just been pure and utter chaos.
So what's the front happening at the front?
The battle for the top 3 has settled down. I will be back
Jim
in
seems
one
to
moment.
have. Jim is certainly trying to extend this. To Crowden late on the brakes. Like I say, a long way to go in this race. So I wonder who will be the first one to try and do the undercut. That'll be interesting.
They've all got the pit light on to come into the pits at the end of the lap, so I think it's a case of I will do what you don't do.
It is.
The gap behind the top 3 has extended quite a bit. It's almost 5 seconds now between Moser and Dougal. Are any of them coming into the pits this lap? I think they're all stating their intention to box, but none of them do.
No, I thought they were gonna there.
Crowdin gets a 3-second
This is
time
playing
penalty.
well
That
into
puts
Jim's hands here.
Yeah, that plays brilliantly into Jim's hands so far. Can he make it work here though? I'm going to check how many warnings he has got. Jim, by the looks of it, has 2 warnings, so it could be penalties for the top 3 here all around. As it goes a bit wide into turn 3, doesn't get the best exit. Does that invite Crowd in for another move back? I think he used a bit of VRS there, did Jim.
Josh Bosch is making a move on Lemonhead. It's only for P12, but
yeah, he's got superior tyres.
Position gained.
That's the fastest lap of the race. He was the first to pit onto these hard compound tyres. He sets the fastest lap of the race. We're now at the halfway point of this race, and it's been an enthralling race here. Drop down in chat. Who do you think will win this race? Will it be Jim? Will it be Crowden? Will it be Moser? Will it be somebody else?
Is Moser pitting? It's
Crowden definitely is, as is Jim. Moser is the only one to stay out.
That is such a horrible pit entry.
Yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be looked at for future reference, because Moser's just lost the whole.
So this is gonna be interesting now. So is Moser gonna try and extend, or is he just gonna do coming on this lap?
It could work
So
either way.
Interesting. Yeah. So Scullion moves up to P4.
As Louis now sets the fastest lap of the race. He's going to come out here ahead of Ellis. So that just proves how powerful the undercut can be here. Still extremely far away.
See what Moser does.
Crowding though gets past Tango's, just gets a superior exit on those fresh medium tyres. Jim is almost a second ahead of him. He is now behind IFE Scully, hoping that he will pit this lap and not lose.
So here we go. I think Moser could be boxing here. And here goes Moser. So let's just see where he comes out at the end of this.
He needs a good pit stop here. Let's see what Jim does though. Is Jim going to go for it here into the penultimate corner? He is. Crowden has not had a good lap at all. Jim makes the move into penultimate corner to see Scully come into the pits, but Jim has now got well over a second gap to BRT Crowden. And of course with that his time penalty, Jim looks set on winning this race at the moment. Where does BRT Moser come out relative to this?
He's just behind Crowden. So he's not actually lost a lot there.
No, and of course he'll be on the freshest tyres for trail of them. More pit stops behind that for Scully and Tango is making double stop as well as Craze. Kieran. Interesting to note, Great Wilson is on 8-lap-old medium tyres. I don't think he can make it to the end from there, but we will see what happens. Moser has already closed down that gap to Crowden to 0.4 of a second as he hopes to chase down Jim to potentially take the race win. Crowden just does not seem to have the pace straight away on his medium tyres. Jim has a lot of ERS to play with and he looks extremely quick here.
Yes, I think, like you say, Crowden could be in a bit of bother here. He needs to try and get onto the back of Jim and keep that DRS.
As Kripik,
Moser is gonna absolutely swamp him up in a second.
I don't think Crowden will have a choice on them to let him go here. Probably will, in hopes of catching up to Jim.
Just do what they've been doing. Just get each other's DRS just to pull up to Jim. That's probably the thing that they're going to have to do.
Indeed, I will be back in 1 minute. I will go on board.
So
I'll go on board with Crowden. I'll leave you to it for a minute.
So is this going to be another move? No, Crowden just stays behind. But Mozart has used a lot of his battery, flashing already, but then again, Crowden has not got much either. While Jim just pulls away at the moment. Anything happening behind? Closest bottle, Josh Bosch and Rambo. Nothing really happening. There goes Jim. And Kripik. Later on the brakes. Is Kripik going to fight it back? That's the question. Certainly he can't on those. Is he going to make the move? And Kripik is going for it. No, he's not.
I think he's just done that to try and help out his teammate there. His Crowden locks up at turn 3, so does Mossa, but there's now a big gap. It's almost 3 seconds Jim has got, and it is now 3 seconds.
To be fair, that was an important move there for Jim. He had to get that move done. Just to try and pull away.
I'm starting to see straight away the people who put onto hard tyres are struggling now.
So, what's these going to do here? Because obviously Jim's pulling away.
Ooh. Aaron and Taylor Boss going side by side through turn number 7, turn number 8. Aaron using all of his ERS. Can he go around the outside into the penultimate corner? This would be absolutely insane if he made this move.
Oh,
and he has made that move. What a move!
It was a good move, but it was risky. But here comes Taylor Boss. It's just so powerful. I think they're gonna have to like try and sort something out about this DRS. It's insane.
I actually quite like it.
I like it.
You can actually overtake the DRS train on this game. As Aaron goes down the inside,
it goes deep.
Way too late.
So Taylor Boss will be happy with that. That's for sure.
He's gone into neutral.
So what's happening here? So Jim is pulling away with this at the moment.
Oh, it's a yellow flag. That's Kripik. Oh, that's such a shame for the Aston Martin driver. He's been having a brilliant race. Obviously, hasn't pit yet. I
think, like you say, he was helping out Mozza there.
Soon. I don't know what's happened to Crowden here, unless he was involved in that concept. But Ellis is only a tenth of a second behind.
I have a feeling it's between him and Kripik. Now, he's got a lot of work to do here to catch up to Mozza and Jim, of course, if they want to win this race.
That's close battling between the two of them.
Here comes Ellis.
Crowden gets the switch back. He's got the DRS. Doesn't have much DRS to play with, but goes for it again into turn 4, and he regains that 3rd place. Just trying to hold off as much as he can.
Mozza is obviously trying to hunt down Jim, who has got so much battery left.
There's a big battle going on in turn 3. 4 cars here, all separated by virtually nothing. Aaron, can he make it 4 wide? Taylor Boss is going to make it 4 wide. Into turn number 4 here. Who's going to?
It was literally
surely can't end well. It looks like it is Aaron. Oh! There's contact behind there. There's a Mercedes.
I think that was crazy, to be fair.
That's a shame for Taylor Boss. That was such a brilliant battle to watch for a few quarters, but you just knew it wasn't going to end well.
Just got a slight nudge on. Who was it? Was it Tango or was it?
I didn't quite see. I was on board with Aaron then. Somebody's asked for Ellis warnings. Ellis is on 2 warnings as it stands.
So Craig and Aaron are about to do battle again.
Speaking of
then
Ellis,
and then Tango is in on this as well, so we could have another 3 wide going into turn 3. Late on the brakes, he's Tango's. He's gone deep, but he's made the move.
ooh, there's contact between Aaron and Craig Kieran there on
This is getting
exit.
squeezy.
He's getting
Another
tight now.
3 wide. So who's
Can
gonna be
Aaron
late on the
again
brakes?
make it the double here into turn number 4? He can't at the moment. He's doing a good job on these hard tyres to battle.
Can breathe a bit.
I don't know. What's interesting, we're seeing at the top, Mozza on the fresher tyres is gradually starting to catch up to Jim. That gap's coming from 3 seconds to 2.2 at the moment.
But Jim is getting helped by, obviously, JSR's Ferrari.
I'm
The
sure that won't
DRS.
be helping him. There's a move there between Crowd and Ellis. Ellis has gone about 4 miles off track. And this has allowed Dougal to close right up to the pair of these
Well,
drivers.
Crowding, where did he come from? Very late on the
Massive
brakes.
overspeed there from the Mercedes driver. Oh, here comes Dougal. Where did Dougal come from? What an exit from the Alpine driver. He works.
So
his way
now
up to
we have a
P4 now.
battle for the final podium place.
Now, as it stands, it'd be Ellis claiming it, but that provides he stays out of trouble without getting a penalty.
Yeah. And that gap is coming down slowly at the top. 2 seconds
down to
now.
2 seconds. Mozza gaining the DRS, like you said, on JSR. That will be gaining him a lot of time here.
Oh, Crowding goes a bit wide at turn 1. There goes Doug. DRS wide open, and we could have another 3-way battle here. Ellis is coming back.
I mean, so he just needs to commit to the move here on Crown. I think that's what he's done. The peg of them go off track.
I
Big,
think that was
too
just late on the
aggressive
brakes
there
from
from
Ellis
Ellis.
there. I think it was just a bit late. I think
But
like at the
Dougal's
turn
come
in.
along. He's gone, thank you very much. And he's taken the pair of them. He's almost pulled a second advantage of that.
And that gap is voluntarily coming down now. It is just under 1.5 seconds.
Wow.
So has Jim made the mistake somewhere? Or is Mozza absolutely just pushing the hell out of this Aston Martin?
Yeah, I agree with you then. I didn't see Jim lose any major time. but
It
that-
was 2 seconds or 2.2, and then it's gone massively down.
It's over half a second this lap alone. I do apologise for current audio issues. I can hear them, I am aware of them, but the cars all sound extremely crackly and horrible at the moment. So I do
Yeah, I've got
apologise
that as well.
So that should have
Is
sorted
this battle
things.
going to continue? So
Ooh! Scully tried for the move on Josh Boschua. Tried to get the exit. Made a mistake. Here comes Rambo now on the inside of him. These two both are barely in ERS. Neither does Josh. He's coming into turn number 3. Rambo tries on the inside. Scully breaks later. Rambo takes the inside curve. These two are now going side by side on the exit of turn 3. Rambo trying to use what little ERS he has left to get back ahead of the Williams driver on the hard compound tyres. Can he make the move into turn number 4? No. Scully gets a superior exit there. Rambo is in P9.
and
Further behind.
Ellis is catching Doug again. So he's going to be in his DRS still. Crowden seems to have dropped off. I don't know what's happened with Crowden. I think he's just used too much with his tyres. Pushing so much.
You've got to suspect he must have had damage or something from his
Yeah, I'm wondering if he
earlier
has, to
incident.
be fair.
Again, it's a
Now
huge shame.
Doug gets DRS from JSR's Ferrari.
So we do apologise for these audio glitches, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to go off board as much as I can because I do understand how annoying it is to hear the cars go off on board. Craig Kieran is going for it into turn 1, but who is going for it? IFE Scully has gone for it into turn 3
And
on Josh
Mozza now
Boschua.
is in DRS range.
That could be crucial to the outcome of this race. Jim, if he picks up a 3-second time penalty here, is
then it's
well
all to
under
play
pressure from BRT Mozza. He'll just be praying not to get that third warning. Lemon and Aaron going side by side further behind. Lemon has gone 4 miles off the track at turn 3. Doesn't get the
But
DRS
Jim
on
has
it,
still
so
got
he's-
plenty
yellow
of
flag's up
battery
to
left.
2. That's crazy, Kieran. That's on a straight. I think, yeah, he's got absolutely no front wing there as Crazy Kieran. So I don't know what's happened there. But he's lost everything.
Oh, that audio is really bad.
Yeah, it's fixing for me for half a second and then it's going horrid again.
So, where is...
Let's go on board then.
Mozza is 3 turns behind.
Battle for the lead. BRT Mozza. Can he go for the move into turn 4? Not on this lap. He is just too far behind at the moment. He's done a really good job to make that gap up from 3 seconds. From Jim looking like he was going to clean sweep this race to Mozza now being all over the back here of the Alpine driver. He wants this opening round win of the season. He'd finish in second at the moment. Can he get ahead? Can he pull 3 seconds here in the final 6 laps? It's going to be hard to close up to 3 seconds. Further behind, we're seeing more battling between Aaron and Big Lemonhead. Lemon just can't quite make the move stick.
Well, Crowden's going to be very disappointed with this because it was up there on the pace and he's just nowhere at the moment.
Sorry to interrupt, there goes BRT Mozza into the lead then of this Austrian Grand Prix. We've got 5 laps to go. After this one, is Jim going to go back for the move into turn number 4? He's using his overtake. He's got slipstream, he's got DRS, and he does take the move into turn 4. Mozza trying to go for the switchback, can't quite do it. Oh, this audio is absolutely horrid.
Yeah. I think Ellis as well, he just needs to stay with Doug. That's all he needs to do. Nothing to it, and then he gets the 3rd place.
As here comes Big Lemon. Can he make it ahead now of Aaron? He's currently ahead coming into turn 3, but can he get the exit here? This is where he struggled in the last few laps.
We've still got a battle here for P7, so P6 with Louis and Scully. Not Louis. Sorry, P7, Scully and Josh Bosch.
Lemon must
I think this has been going on for a few laps now.
McLaren. As BRT Mozza, can he go back for the lead again? BRT Mozza, both of them will get DRS here thanks to the lapped Alfa Romeo of Crazy Kieran. Mozza doesn't get the exit that he needs though. He's using the RS, he's got the slipstream here on the Alpine driver, but still stays behind.
And Aaron again, 12 seconds.
It's up 3 seconds. So, as it stands at the moment, Jim has no penalties. Mozza has 3 seconds. Doug has 6 seconds. Ellis has 0. Crowding has 3. Louis has 6. Scully and Josh have 0. Rambo has 3 seconds. Kripik has 6. Tangos has 6. Aaron has 12, the most of anybody on the grid. Big Lemonhead has 8, so that's 5 plus 3. As he gets ahead of Aaron now. Now looks like that move might have finally stopped.
And I do, the way it's going now, I do think Jim has got this covered, like you say, unless he does get another warning, or how many warnings he's got.
Indeed, but it looks close here. Is Mozza
again going to waiting
right into turn 3? No, he's not.
Jim's
made a mistake on exit.
He should have the better traction.
Crowden's got 6 seconds of time penalties there within the last lap.
Jim is burning that battery. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, he knows he's got this race won.
Yeah, he doesn't need to risk anything too much.
Providing
of course,
penalties, like you say, of course.
If Mozza was forced off track, who knows? Could he get that penalty removed?
You never
His
know.
first warnings from lap 1.
So let's see how much Mozza can push. I don't think I just can't see him doing it at this moment in time.
Got a lot of contenders for the moment for driver of the day. Obviously Mozza P1 to P1 as it stands, but that will be P2 to P1.
It goes Doug and Ellis again.
Was that a spin there? I've just seen that. It's a Ferrari.
That is just
This is Ellis then with the DRS. Oh. backs off into turn 3. He wants to wait until the final few laps.
So here goes Jim again.
Jim! Oh my word.
That was late on the braking there. Could have been. I don't think Jim will be happy with that, that's for sure.
No, it's getting aggressive here in the last 3 laps. Jim, all he needs to do is stay within 3 seconds.
It was slightly a late move though, maybe from Mozza there.
And that's one potentially for Stuart's review as Scully almost spins his way through turn 4. This is a point where the hards might start to just take over.
Just needs to stay with him, Jim. You don't have to do anything silly. Just stay with him. He's got no battery. You've got plenty of battery. Bide your time. You've got it. Nothing silly.
He's gone for it. Who's that that's just come out of the pit? That is JSR.
I think that's JSR.
As Jim uses JRS perfectly.
But he's going
to
for
get
it anyway. He wants to
BRT
win on
Mozza.
track. There's Jim. It's just
Turn
this
3.
DRS. It's so powerful. This one.
He's
No,
got to move
Mozza
down the
should have
inside,
it.
but Mozza now burning all of his DRS. Goes to the inside. Gets out of Jim. This is maybe what Jim wants. He's got the superior RS. He could definitely fight Mozza for this on the
It just
final
needs
lap.
to stay there.
Gets a good exit. Can he get the move on the exit of turn 4? What a move there!
But
From
Mozza is not
BRT
giving
Jim.
up. Oh, nothing silly. Nothing silly. Because Doug or Ellis will be laughing at this.
This is for the race win on the penultimate lap as we come into lap
This is getting
36
tasty.
of 36. It's been a phenomenal battle here between these two, but who is going
It
to win
just
it on
hasn't
track?
stopped from lap
Who
1.
is going to win it overall? Oh, it's
Ellis.
Ellis.
Oh, no. Ellis.
Picks up a 3-second. He'll still get the podium here because Doug has 6. But as we focus for the battle for the win, then Mozza. He's draining everything. He has 0% as we're coming into turn 3. Gets the move down the inside. Jim will be praying for a good exit now more than any, and I think he's got it here. He's going to have DRS, he's going to have ERS, he's going to have slipstream, and he is going to take the lead of this race on the final lap.
Nothing silly now, Jim. It's in the bag.
Oh, Scully!
Oh, a bit slow
Just
on
spun
track,
ahead
Jim.
of Josh Boschua. It's a shame for the Williams driver here on this final lap.
This is
It's
getting
not over
close.
yet.
Is he backed out? No, it's still not over. Mozza is still not giving up, even though he's got 3 seconds. No,
Yeah,
Jim is definitely burning that battery. And here
He
goes
wants to
Jim.
Definitely make sure he gets us on track. As Jim then round in the final corner from P2 on the grid.
Here we go.
He comes across the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix. He
What
takes
a
the first
race.
win of the
That is
season.
an absolute epic race, that.
BRT Mozza in P2. Ellis rounds
Ellis
off the
takes
podium
P3.
in P3.
Crowden's going to lose P5.
I don't think he'll even get P6 here. Oh, potentially he might.
Crowden,
Crowden
P8.
gets 8th place with his penalties. Lucky not to get P9 there.
Jim
What
with the
a race
buzzing.
we've just
Absolutely
witnessed
buzzing.
then. What a race we've just witnessed there at the Red Bull Ring, ladies and gentlemen. Please stick with me. Stick with my good partner, Mango, because we will have driver interviews coming to you very shortly.
Oh, what a
Aaron
race.
comes across the line, P13. Great Wilson.
Just don't know where to start with that.
Search him for 13th. It's Crazy Kieran, who I believe. Oh no,
I
he didn't
felt
have
sorry for
fastest
Crowden
lap.
though. He was well up there and then it's just fallen away from him.
Yeah, I think that's just some contact with Crippet, because to be with the top 2 in the first stint and then lose 15 seconds in the second one, he must have picked up damage somewhere, whether that was on the exit of the pits, whether that was a mistake.
Tango's on my screen. Driver of the day.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. But that's been a phenomenal
I've
race
enjoyed
here in
watching that, to be
BBC2
fair.
then.
Certainly,
It is Jim in the Alpine who takes the win. Round 1, he takes the championship lead, I believe, for the first time ever in BBC. He lifts the trophy, he's happy with that win. You see the rest of the Alpine team celebrating. The champagne is being sprayed here after a very eventful, very chaotic, but ultimately brilliant Austrian.
certainly been
Grand
one of
Prix.
my best races to like commentate on. with a battle like that. Just from lap 1 to the end, it's just constant. Well done, boys.
So move on then to the final finishing order. It is BRT Jim in P1 after leading for the majority of the second stint, followed by BRT Mozza in P2 from pole position. Third is Ellis, followed in fourth by Dougal. P5 goes to Josh Boschua from P10 on the grid, whereas Scully will be unhappy with 6th from 3rd. Also unhappy will be Louis, P7, and crowding P8, starting 5th and 4th respectively. And will be very happy, making up the most positions of anybody on the grid, is XR Rambo, starting P19. He's made up 10 positions, as will Kripik, who's made up 2 from P12 to P10. Closing out then, we've got Tangos, Lemonhead, Great Wilson, Aaron D, Craze Kieran, Mr. Worldwide, JSR, Taylor Boss, Crokey, and GSR Adrian, who is very... I know, retiring then. So let's get our top 3 from that race into this podium interview then.
That was just such a class race to watch.
I've got it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Oh,
are you happy with that, Jim?
Mate, the fucking deadlock's been broken. I've done like fucking 70 races in this league, and I finally won. Oh, I'm fucking buzzing.
It was certainly an enjoyable race to watch, that's for sure. Certainly been one of my best ones to watch by far, from lap 1 to the end.
No, because for me, I was shitting my pants because I had 2 warners from lap 6, and I was just like, I can't extend, and I win this race. It was so stressful. Yeah.
You got it on lap 8. You got your penalty, I think. Ah. Yeah.
Crowding is a bell end.
Brilliant. Make sure you 3 have got your audio included then, please, and we will kick things off with
That's why I include mine.
with Ellis. So Ellis obviously qualified P7, spent the majority of the race battling, specifically with Dougal, and then also a bit of one with Crowden as well. Please summarise your race and your thoughts after a podium in the opening round here.
Qualifying, I got on Peter last lap by Taylor, so I had to slow down to avoid him. So 7th. However, Louis just kept on making mistakes ahead. I took advantage, Scully had damage. I was not expecting the podium because I was just battling Louis or Douglas the whole time. Did the undercut perfectly, and then Crowden's fat ass got in the way. He only went down because he weighs that car down.
Hey.
Yeah, I was not expecting top 3, to be honest. I was surprised to not get a penalty until last lap, but yeah, it's good points for us. I was not expecting to get a podium or a top 5, but we started off very strong.
Perfect then, sounds good. Do you think you should be considered for driver of the day after that performance, P7 to P3?
Yeah, probably so. I would have got fastest lap if JSR. Well, yeah. First of all, Jim. I didn't see him in that entire race, but at least you got your first win.
No, you need to rewatch that
so
stream.
congrats.
Because me, Crowding, and Mozza were side by side through practically
Yeah.
all 36 laps. Actually,
I saw,
until Crowding dropped off the back. But
I wanted to stay within Mozza's 3 seconds, but either Douglas kept on dive bombing me and shoving me off track, or Louis doing the same. But at 3rd place, I was kind of pissed off about Crowding because I could have got 2nd, but his fucking fat arse got out in the way and that gave Mozza 2nd. My medium's died at the end. I don't know if I would have got 2nd anyway without the blocking, but. Yeah, I think it's good point for Haas. Well, I said it's 30 points, which is decent. I don't think we can get drivers, but constructors is something we can try.
100%, mate. Phenomenal race from yourself. Congratulations. Moving on to 2nd place, then we have BRT Mozza, which I will let you be interviewed by my good friend Mr. Mango.
Yeah, Mozzo, another good race for you. Starting on pole and having a good decent start with Jim, and yeah, you two just seemed to non-stop really throughout the race to the end.
Yeah, I think me and Jim's always been the two at the front, which has been quite enjoyable. I think last season he had no luck at all last season, so I ended up coming out on top. But he's deserved this P1, I think.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, it's just been certainly. It's like I said, I don't know how you didn't hit each other. To be fair, because there were so many times you were both so close to each other, and then like you say with crowding and that, it was actually an enjoyable thing to watch. And then obviously he just fell away at the end there, and then. But I was like even saying on stream, you didn't really have to go for them moves, even though he had the 3 seconds, because like you had more to lose than what he had. To be fair,
Yeah.
But,
I think when you know the stream's watching and there's an opportunity for a move, you know you shouldn't do it, you'd fucking go for it. It's on stream. I thought if I can go around the outside of Jim and crowding and lose both positions on the next lap, it's on stream. So you can get that clip to Jim.
but no,
Well-
good P2. Take the
We
points.
appreciate
third.
the entertainment value nonetheless.
Good
Let's
stuff.
move on then to our race winner, BRT Jim. As Mozza said, I've been no luck last season. First ever BBC win. Can I get your thoughts on that, please, mate? Brilliant race from yourself.
That was so fucking stressful, start to finish. Quali, I screwed up my laps. I had bags of time. I could have easily done 0.5, but I kept bottling. It's just a skill issue. So I started in the front row. There was I think Scully got a drive-through, and he tried to go around the outside of me into turn 1, but I shut the door, and he like stayed put. And then I was fighting with crowding and Mozza for like practically all of the race until something happened with crowding. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I was so focused on what I was doing, I didn't even think about what happened to him. But I picked up 2 warnings fairly early on, so I had to just keep my cool. And because those 2 picked up pens, I knew all I have to do is just keep all 4 wheels within the white lines and just drive average as fuck laps, and I win the race. Because also I didn't know if Mozza's was legitimate or not, because he had a 3 second, but he said he got a double warning, and I wasn't quite sure if he's going to keep that quiet to me to try and get me on track with the penalty. So that's why I was overtaking him, because part of me was like, just in case this does get removed, I need to be in front of him.
Yeah.
And also just to weave across the line in P1. I really wanted that. So I went for the race leader right at the death. I saved my ERS because I had no reason to push. I mean, you know when he pulled back on me in the medium stint?
Yes.
It was literally because, I don't know if you watched me at all, but like I'd go into a corner, like at the normal line. My corner exit though, I would like exit so narrowly, so I'd give so much space.
But your corner exits though were absolutely insane, especially that first stint on crowding. Like he just seemed to drift round, and you were just like literally a perfect exit in every time.
He has no ABS, so to be fair, when he drifts, it actually does gain him a slight amount of time. But his weakness was turn 4, and turn 9 and 10. So I knew because he had lower wings than me. I tried to set up turn 10, get really like right behind him into 1. He'll lose something on the apex of 1, and then I'll have a run on into 3, and then I'll just wrap it around the outside going into 4. So I'd get a move on him every time.
I just don't know how you didn't collide with each other. I really don't. Because obviously, if you two had collided, then Ellis would have won the race. So you'd have both been curtains.
I mean, I wasn't too worried about Ellis because he's quite a way back. But I think with Mozza and crowding, I knew that they would give me the room, and vice versa. But I think
Didn't give me.
I think it's just respectful racing. So I knew that they would give room. They knew I'd give room. So we all just had a go.
It's certainly been entertaining. So many more of that, and then everyone will be happy.
Yeah, I'm happy to win my first race at BBC. It's about fucking time.
So now Jim is not a BBC virgin anymore. He's a race winner.
He's just a real life virgin now.
Say that to your mum, mate.
Hey. No, on a serious note, congratulations, Jim.
Thanks,
Obviously, after doing really well in qualifying in the race, are you aiming yourself for a championship challenge, or do you think it's too early in the season to say it?
I'm winning the whole fucking thing.
Confidence, I like it.
Yeah. I back myself. After I get my win, that's all. I went into the season with one goal, and it's to win a race. I've done that already. I want to win the title.
You can
now.
leave now then. So
I can leave now.
I'm
I
certain
think
Jim will be
I'd be
doing
lying if I
a
saying I
Nicola
don't back
Rosberg. He'll win the title and then just won't come back.
yeah. But, I mean, I'd happily win a title, but it's a very long season, so you're gonna see people develop in pace. I might go backwards at points. Who knows? So I'll aim for a title now, but whatever happens, happens. I'm just here for fucking vibes, like just for a good time.
that's the thing at the end of the day, mate. If you're having fun, and that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Wasn't last
quick-
season.
Just one quick sentence, some more of you. Bahrain next week. How are you all feeling for that?
Shit.
Starting with Ellis.
Moss is gonna win by 5
well,
seconds.
Well, obviously I qualify second, and then let's not talk about what apexes were hit or not.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Quality pace looking good. Race pace, I would probably say shit. To be honest.
Interesting. Mozza?
He's not here.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Mazza left to watch.
But I can tell you now,
Yeah,
he's
see what they do,
fucking
okay?
insane at Bahrain. He's really quick at
Yeah.
Bahrain. He's at borderline main team pace. That I haven't really done any practice around there, but I know he's going to be faster than me. He always is at Bahrain. So I'd put my money firmly on Mozza if anyone's still watching. If there's a prediction next week, put it on Mozza.
I don't
So
think
what
anyone's
we can
bothered
see.
about what Skian's just put, but hey-o.
What's Skill said?
Jim has more race wins than Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Sainz and Alonso combined this year. Who
It's true.
cares?
He's not wrong though.
That's why Jim is a goat.
Technically, I'm
Let's-
an equal machinery, so
Let's see if he can
Someone
do his talking on the track tomorrow.
tomorrow. Why would I be
BBC 3.
racing? Why would I be on track tomorrow?
No,
If
not
you're
you.
first
Ski
with-
on. Ski on.
Oh, I was gonna say,
No, not
mate,
you.
fucking hell.
Not
That's a
you.
bit unfair.
Unless you're in
Then
comms.
thank you,
I
obviously,
will be.
to my co-commentator Mango. Congratulations to the top three of Jim, Mozza, and Ellis. Catch us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. For Division 3, Round 1, again at Austria, and then catch us next week for BBC 1, 2, and 3 at the Sakir International Circuit in Bahrain. For now, though, I've been BRT Griffith signing out. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.